Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Lost in Place, and welcome to Life Lessons. And this is an actually serious commentary I'm going to be working on. You guys may have seen the first one where I talked about the pursuit of happiness. As you all well know, I'm old as fuck, so I've got a lot of stuff rambling around in the brain of mine, been through a lot of different things, crazy life I've lived. I want to share with you guys my experiences, things that you might actually be able to learn from. The first episode did pretty well. You guys seem to like it. You asked for more. Well, here's some more. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about bullies and how to handle them. Now, first, I got to touch on the gameplay, though, real quick. This gameplay, it's a combination. I don't even know what to make of this gameplay. I've had a lot of fun with this one. This was from my live stream the other night. It was me and TX Coulter, and we were playing 3v3 and teaming up with randoms, trying to troll them a little bit. You know, have a little good time, goofing on these guys. So this gameplay, it starts out as me trapping the guy in the corner and just screwing around with him. I ended up having a really good finish to the game. We won, which was pretty cool, even though we weren't even trying. And of course, I'm rocking my XM25 sniper rifle, quick scope action. And this is non-hardcore, so that's harder than hardcore. Yeah, I'm a pro like that. So anyway, on to the topic about bullies. And this may surprise some of you to believe, but for a period of time in my earlier years, when I was in grade school, I was picked on really bad. I was bullied like none other. And a lot of that had to do with my size. I was pretty small for my age. I was short, I was skinny, I was scrawny, and I was a little quiet too. So it kind of made me fair game for the bullies. I was an easy target. And some of the things I went through, man, oh God, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. So I know what it is to be on the receiving end of a bully. And this is I'm talking about my early years in elementary school. So from I think up until 7th grade is when I had this problem. So like just some examples of some things that they put me through. You know, we had gym class and we had to change in this dressing room, and there was never any supervision back there, and wedgies galore. My God, that was I dreaded wedgies, man, and I couldn't defend myself. They were much bigger than me, and there was this one time in particular, man, they wedgied me and some other kids so hard they ripped their freaking underwear off and like brought them out to the gym. We're kicking around like a soccer ball, dude. That's humiliating. I was humiliated. I don't know, 5th, 6th grade, maybe this was going down. Dude, you know how hard it is to walk out there and they're kicking your underwear around, telling all the girls, oh look, it's, you know, it's his underwear. Yeah. So I was bullied, and I let it happen. I let it happen to me. You know, as I look back now in my mind, I say to myself, man, if only I had done something about it. If only I, you know, stood up for myself. Yeah, but I didn't, and to this day I'm really kind of upset about that. But as I said in the beginning of this, that wasn't the entire story. That wasn't my whole schooling, because the summer of my 7th grade year, something happened, and it changed everything for me. And this is what gave me the perspective on bullying, the insight that'll help you guys who maybe you're being bullied, maybe you're being picked on. Well, what I'm about to tell you is what I did. I'm not saying this is what you should do, but this is what I did to stop it, and it changed my life, and it really, for the better. I'm so happy that I did what I did. So again, this may not be proper advice for you. You decide. That's up to you. But this is what I did to solve my bullying problem. So that summer, my cousin Billy came to spend the summer with me, and he was about 3 years older than me, and he was smaller than me. He was smaller than me, but you know, like he confided in me and told me about how he dealt with his bullies, and he basically summed it up in one word: crazy. Go crazy. And you know, at the time I was like, man, that's what are you talking about? He's like, you know, whenever these guys pick on me, you know, yeah, they're bigger than me, yeah, they're tougher than me, whatever. Yeah, there's more of them. But what he did was he said he went crazy. You know, he would just go ballistic. Whenever someone would have him in a corner, he'd start spazzing out. You know, spinning his arm, doing whatever, and he was not afraid to punch anybody. It did not matter their size. And guess what would happen? You know, the first couple times he got his ass kicked. And yeah, everybody, I guess, subliminally, oh God, well, you know what I mean. You're afraid of getting your ass beat. But you know what? The pain is temporary. To coin an old saying, the pain is temporary, the glory is forever. So that's what he would do. And he would basically go nuts, get his ass kicked a couple times, but guess what? You know, the people that were involved got in trouble. You know, he got in trouble too for fighting, but after a while, if the bullies know if you're going to fight back, you know, they're not going to want to proceed. They're not going to continue because, for one, they're getting in trouble. For two, you know, yeah, you're smaller, but you're going to inflict some damage, especially if you catch them off guard. You know, a quick foot to the balls, oh man, that's going to drop the guy on the floor, and he would never see it coming. He would never see it coming from somebody smaller than him. You know, he's surrounded by his buddies, and again, that's what he taught me that summer, you know, we did a whole lot of shit, like where he would just go, and it's kind of funny saying this now, again, this may not be advice for everybody, we would go out places, and he would pick fights with people bigger than him, and a lot of times he'd get his ass kicked, and you know, he got me involved, and I got my ass kicked, but you know what, that following year, when I went back to school, and these bullies laid into me, I went nuts. As soon as they would fucking attempt a wedgie, I would start kicking, I would punch, I would gouge eyes, I would bite, I would pull hair, kick in the nuts, do whatever the hell I could do to fucking injure them, to hurt them, to make them think twice. And then after a couple weeks of that, you know, I got a reputation around the school as being a psycho. And I embraced that, you know, I would kind of like run with that, and in class, the people that pick on me, I just stare at them. And once he'd notice, he'd look over and see you staring at him. And, you know, I have a little devilish little smile, then he'd look away, then 5 minutes later he'd look back, and there I am, just staring at him, smiling again. And guess what? After a couple weeks, it got less and less, the attacks, the bullyings. Because they didn't know what I'd do. They were afraid. They were fearful that, you know, this freaking kid, you know, do not bring weapons. Do not, no. Man, be a real man. I'm talking with your body, your fist, defend yourself. But, you know, it put a fear in them that maybe I was crazy enough to bring a knife into school. I never even said I would. Do not do that. Please don't take my advice as that. But they looked at me as crazy and that I would do anything. And then guess what? Then they started to respect me for it. They started to respect me for it because, I mean, how can you not respect someone who is half the size of somebody but will stand up to them? And that carried over for me into high school. You know, once I hit high school, I started growing a little bit. I was working out. I was doing football. I was doing track. So I actually built the body up so I was an even size and I was an average size. And then I definitely wasn't being picked on. But you know what I did? I took it upon myself because of what I'd been through. I was kind of like a white knight for the kids in my school who were being picked on. Now, there were some kids that deserved to be picked on for whatever reasons. But for the ones I thought were just picked on because they were different or smaller, I'd jump in there for them, man. I would jump in there for them. And I became known as like a white knight around the school, man. And to this day, I kind of embrace that role, and that's how I feel I am, you know, like, because I was there, I know what it's like, I know how embarrassing, humiliating it is to be the one picked on and you can't do nothing about it. Well, that's bullshit. You can do something about it. Just the hardest part is the mental block, the fear of getting your ass kicked. You know what? Pain is temporary. I already said that. But it's just, don't focus on the pain, and it will be to your benefit. Now, again, this is not blanket advice for everybody. I don't know that this will work for everyone. It's up to you if you want to kind of go this route, but it really worked for me. And I look back, and I'm so happy I went that route, because not only did I, you know, it really improved my standing in my school setting, but it really gave me a lot of confidence. And even to this day, that confidence carries over to me, where I'm not afraid of anybody, really. You know, we're not talking weapons. Yeah, if you pull a gun on me, I'm going to shit my pants. But if you come at me with your fists up, I don't care if you're, you know, 6'6" and 308 pounds, I'm going to do what I can. And you know what? You may whip my ass, but I'm going to put some damage on you before... I'm going to put some damage on you that you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, damn, man, that little kid can scrap. Again, I'm not a little kid, but, you know, you get the meaning. You get what I'm saying. So that's, I guess, the advice for today. You know, just because you think you're smaller, you think you're weaker, you got to work. It's all about mental. It's all up in the head. You got to get that in your head, that you're not going to take shit from nobody. And, you know, there are things you can do that will kind of scare people, influence them not to pick on you. I don't know. Does that make sense? I think it does. I think that's what you would really help. So however you want to go about doing that, you want to use my methods, you want to create your own. But if they think you're unpredictable and crazy, they ain't going to mess with you. So that's it for this week's life lessons. Hopefully it helped you guys. If not, you might have found it mildly entertaining. And as always, if you have a topic you want me to discuss in life lessons, please comment it below. Let me know. If you feel you have better advice than what I've given, comment it below as well. I'm open to criticism, whether it be positive or negative. It's all good, bros. It's all good. Lastly, I'd like to make a quick shout out to the new official sponsor, Booster Busters Controller Care Custom Controllers. You should definitely check them out. There is a link in the description, and using the promo code BoosterBusters, you can get a discount on your own custom controller. So definitely, also coming soon will be a line of Booster Buster themed controllers. Yeah, pretty damn awesome. So that's coming soon, but until then, you can check out the website and the links in the description. Booster Busters is your code. And that is all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm LostInPlace, and I am out of here.
UAV recon standing by. UAV online. Detonating Where?